Welcome dear student. So student, today we will continue with the lesson nutrition in living organism, and this lesson is from class 9 and this is a part 3 video of this lesson. So let's start video. Alright, so before starting the lesson, let's answer some question. So first question is, which are the different substances excreted by plants and why? So let's see. So the different substances excreted by plants are, so first is oxygen. So student, this is excreted by the plants, and plants releases oxygen during the day, and this oxygen is releases during the process of photosynthesis. And secondly, plants releases carbon dioxide during the night time. Okay. And thirdly, plants release some water droplets from their stomata. Now stomata, you know, we have discussed already in our first or second video. Okay, so you can refer our first and second video. So these are water droplets are releases from the stomata, which are there in the leaves, and and the process of releasing water droplets by the stomata is called as a transpiration. And fourth substance which is releases by the plants is resins. So resins, which is a waste product but used in a large number of process in our day-to-day life. So we are using the resins in our for manufacturing many products. So resins is a waste product which is excreted by the plants. Okay, so these all are the excretory substances of plants. Alright, so student, plants produces carbohydrate by the process of photosynthesis. Now carbohydrates means they prepare their food in the presence of sunlight by the process of photosynthesis. So carbohydrate are nothing but a glucose in the form of a glucose, or their plants food, we can say. Okay, and carbohydrates are made from carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. We know now that formula for glucose is C6H12O6. That means carbohydrate contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. And proteins are made from carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and in addition nitrogen is there. So carbohydrate, three substances are present. That is, three compounds are there like carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. But proteins are made from four compounds, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So how do plants obtain the nitrogen necessary for the synthesis of proteins? That means how plants use the nitrogen, how plants use the nitrogen for the production of proteins. So let's see how they are using the nitrogen. Okay, student, we know that air contains gaseous nitrogen. Okay, that means air is a mixture of different gases like nitrogen, oxygen and argon and many more gases. Okay, so but the nitrogen is a maximum composition which is there in the air. So however, plants cannot use this gaseous nitrogen. Okay, it needs to be fixed, that is converted into compound. Now in air free nitrogen is there, but plants cannot use this gaseous nitrogen. So what happened, they convert that gaseous nitrogen has to be converted into another type of a nitrogenous compound. Okay, and here you can see on the below diagram that nitrogen which is there in the form of a gaseous, or in nitrogen which is there in the air, it can be converted into different compound like nitrates by using the microbes. You can observe in the soil it is written that microbes fix nitrogen in nodules of the roots of the pulse crop. That means the microorganisms which are present in the soil. Okay, they are helping the plants to convert the gaseous nitrogen into its compounds like nitrates or nitrous oxide, like this. And fixation of nitrogen occurs by biological and atmospheric method. Now nitrogen can be fixed in the plants by two different types. First is a biological and next is the atmospheric. Now biological means by using the different microorganism or living organism. Okay, and atmospheric methods means like thundering or during the rain, it fixes. So we can see both the methods in this video. So let's see. Okay, so first we are going to study about the biological fixation of nitrogen. That means how the nitrogen is fixing by using the microorganism. So let's. Alright, so rising here, the two different types of microorganism can bring about biological nitrogen fixation. That means by using the two different microorganism, the nitrogen is fixing by using the biological method. So first microorganism which helping the which helping in fixation of nitrogen is rhizobium microorganism, and this rhizobium microorganism is there in the root of a leguminous plant. Now what is this leguminous plant? So these are the plants that has its seed in a pot, like we can like beans, pigeon peas and chickpeas, they contain seed in their pots. So these are the leguminous plants, and these leguminous in the nodules of the leguminous plants and rhizobium microorganism, the nitrogen is fixed in the plants. Okay, and next microorganism which is helping in the biological fixation is Azotobacter microorganism. Okay, so these microorganism like rhizobium and Azotobacter, these are present in the soil. Okay, now let's see the biological fixation. Okay, so student, here you can observe one picture on the screen in which we can see the root nodule of leguminous plant. These are the atmospheric nitrogen, like you can observe like N2, N2, N2. So these are the atmospheric nitrogen. That means nitrogen which is there in gaseous form. Okay, so root nodules of the leguminous plants contain the rhizobium microorganism, and these microorganism, just now I have shown the bacterium. So these bacterium are rhizobium microorganism. Okay, so these microorganism absorbs atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into its nitrate. Okay, so rhizobia or rhizobium microorganism interact with the legume. You can see the red circles are there, small little pods, beans are there. So these are the legume roots. Okay, and so these rhizobium interact with the legume roots and form root nodules, and rhizobia transform nitrogen, that means atmospheric nitrogen, into mineral NH3. So this NH3, so N2 is getting converted into NH3, that is nitrates and nitrite. So this is how the rhizobium microorganism helping to convert the atmospheric nitrogen, that is N2, into NH3, and this is how this the nitrogen can be used to obtain proteins in the plants. Now next is the atmospheric fixation of nitrogen. That means how by using the atmosphere nitrogen is fixed. Okay, so here again we can see the atmospheric fixation of a nitrogen. That means here lightning occur in the rainy season, and this causes the atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen to react with each other to form nitric oxide, like NO2 and NO3, which is again oxidized to form the nitrogen dioxide, that is NO2. You can observe here that nitrogen can be reacted with the oxygen to form NO2, NO3, and this NO2 and NO3 again is getting converted into NH4 and NH3. So the nitrogen dioxide dissolve in the rainwater and is converted into nitric acid, that is HNO3, and which gets added to the soil along with the rainwater, and this acid which is just now prepared, this acid reacts with different minerals which are there in the soil and convert into salt, and plants use this nitrogen salts for their growth, or they are using this nitrogen salt to obtain or to produce proteins in the plant. So this is how the nitrogen fixation is happening by the atmosphere. So the next is here two or more than, in some cases two or more than two different types of plants live together to fulfill their needs of nutrition, protection, support, etc. with each other's help. That means two or more different plants, they are living together just to fulfill their needs, like nutrition. That means from both of them they can obtain their nutrition or food, they can make the protection, and they can use the support, like with the help of each other. So this is called as a symbiotic nutrition. That means when two or more plants living together for their need to fulfill their needs, it is called as a symbiotic nutrition. So student, some fungi grow around the roots of some other plants. Now here you can observe like fungi are there, like mushrooms like structure are there na, on the roots of a plant, and green algae also is there on the roots of a plant. So this is how 2 or 3 plants are living together. Okay. Now here fungi grow around the roots of some other plants, and these plants supply nutrients. These plants supply the nutrient to the fungi. That means the main plant, it will supply the nutrients or food to the fungi. Okay. And in turn fungi supply mineral and water to the plant. That means what, plants will supply, the main plant will supply food or nutrient to the fungi, and in return the fungi will supply minerals and water to the plants, which is the requirement of the plant. That means both are fulfilling their needs. So this is called as a symbiotic nutrition. Now here again you can observe this two very beautiful type of pictures. Okay, so here the fungi provides, now some fungi and algae are living together. Now here fungi and algae are there living together, and fungi provides water. The fungi provides water, minerals as well as shelter to algae. Okay, and in return the algae provide food to fungi. And lichen is an example. Lichen is an example of symbiosis between algae and fungi. That means when fungi and algae living together, they are together, it is called as an lichen. Now just like you can observe in first and second picture. So this is an example of lichen. That means fungi and algae. These are the examples of symbiotic nutrition. Okay, so student, that's it for today's video. I hope you all have understood, and next part of the video lesson we can continue in our next session. Thank you all of you.